sexy and beautiful.
Thank you.
And then we wonder why the kids are all messed up because they're being raised by excuse my language. I'm getting emotional. They're getting raised by bird brain broads like this. That's why. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Shout out to Daphne. This is a hot mess. I've already seen the video. Absolutely disgusting. And as a boy mom, I'm disgusted. Okay, I was disgusted before I had my son. I'm still disgusted, if not more disgusted, because it's like, ew, why are you guys treating your sons like this? Why are you adultifying your sons like this? Why are you turning your sons into your husbands? It's weird, it's creepy. Like I've been saying, we do not call broads predators enough. But this comes from Daphne, and she says, there is a dangerous pattern forming in today's culture where too many single mothers blur the emotional boundaries between themselves and their sons. Facts. I've seen this all over the internet. Remember, we reacted to a video kind of talking about this where that one mom, she had a son that was in high school or college or something like that. He was a football player. He won the game and she ran up and jumped on him and wrapped her thought pocket around him. Ugh, like girl, ew. It's insane. It's disgusting. Boy mom talk it's sick. If you're gonna go over there, just understand you're gonna be rage baited, and it's gonna be disgusting and it's gonna be sick. A young boy telling his mom she looks sexy is not cute. Exactly. Like the word sexy should never be, in a sentence where you're talking about your child or your child is talking about you. That word should not be present whatsoever if you are bringing up the word sexy and it has to do with you. It has to do with your children. It's disgusting. It's predatory. And then we wonder why the kids are out here behaving the way that they do. Their parents are adultifying them in all ways, all shapes, all fashions. And this is just one aspect of it. It's not cute, empowering, or harmless. It's evidence of a child who has not been taught the difference between admiration and adult language. Exactly. Let's not pretend we don't know what sexy means. Okay, sexy, it involves or it is related to sexuality. It's related to grown folk business. So let's not pretend like it doesn't have a meaning. Healthy parenting requires structure, guidance, and clear lines. A mother is not her son's best friend, emotional husband, or stand-in partner. She is his parent. When those roles get confused, the child grows up carrying emotional burdens he was never meant to carry. Facts, speak on it, sis. And the mother ends up encouraging dynamics that would be condemned if the roles were reversed. If a grown man said the same thing to a little girl, society wouldn't hesitate to call it inappropriate and criminal. Like I said, we don't call these broads predators enough. Let's be so for real here. This is something that's perpetuated by not only women, it's also perpetuated by men. How many times do we get on here and we see these teachers that are screwing the students? And if you look under the comments section, you're gonna see men saying, oh, I wish she was my teacher. You're perpetuating a bunch of nonsense when you say that. And then we wonder why SA amongst men is not taken seriously, because the women don't take it seriously and then the men don't take it seriously. So it leaves men that are victims of SA in a very terrible space, because who can they run to? Who can they run to and talk to about these problems? If they go to women, the women are gonna clown them. If they go to men, the men are gonna clown them. So we really need to change the way we view this topic of SA, especially when it relates to the woman being the predator. Start holding these broads accountable. Protecting children means teaching boundaries, not bending them. Kids repeat what they're exposed to. Facts. They need discipline, direction, age-appropriate language. Exactly. Parenting is a responsibility, not a friendship. She is a predator. Say it louder for the people in the back. To build on this, kids repeat what they're exposed to. Guess what? The same people raising these kids are crazy as cat shit. They got issues. How are they gonna teach healthy boundaries when they don't have any of them damn selves? That's why we need to start gatekeeping who's having kids, because my goodness.
Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful.
Thank you.
Mom, you look looking sexy and beautiful.
Thank you.
This goofy, disgusting little heifer. You can't find no man your own size. So now what you're doing, you're raising your son to give you that validation that you should be getting from a man, that you should be getting from your man, but you don't have a man. And I wonder why. Actually, I don't wonder why. What I am wondering is why his daddy isn't coming and getting him. I would bring this video straight to the courthouse and I would be getting 100% custody over my child. Bitch, you get visitation that is supervised. Because what kind of behaviors do you have to engage in for your son to come up to you and say that? Not only that, you're filming it and then you're putting it online and you're getting this goofy ass smile on your face about the whole thing, about your son looking at you in a sexualized manner. And look, maybe the child doesn't see it in a sexualized manner. Maybe the child doesn't understand that. They just hear their mom, they hear the TV, they hear in the music, they hear all of this. Or maybe she coached him to say this for this video. I don't know. Either way, it's disgusting. Either way, you're not teaching your son, like Daphne said, healthy boundaries. And then we wonder why the kids are all messed up because they're being raised by excuse my language. I'm getting emotional. They're getting raised by bird brain broads like this. That's why. And then these same broads, guess what? They mess up their daughters too. It's dysfunction that's going to continue to compound upon itself. And then we're going to see this continue to get worse. It's only going to get better if people start breaking these cycles. But nobody wants to do that. We want to turn a blind eye to it. We want to laugh it off like it's a joke. Oh, look, he called his mom sexy. It's not a fucking joke. It's really not. Some of these women had kids to keep that man to wear motherhood as a jacket for attention. Facts. Not because they genuinely want to nurture or help their child grow. I agree. This next person says, it has nothing to do with a man not being in the home. Apparently too many have been in the home. Very interesting. Very interesting, I am her. She said it has nothing to do with a man not being in the home. Apparently, too many men have been in the home. Kids often repeat the things that they hear and see. She could have corrected him. That's it. Just correct him and have the little talk. But guess what? She don't want to correct it. She thinks it's cute. And like I said, she might have coached him to say this for this video. I wouldn't be surprised. But she does have a point about bringing men in and out in the house. And then they're hearing the man say this to the mom and then repeating it. There's a lot of different angles we could look at this and a lot of different explanations for why this child is speaking this way to his mother. Ew. Next person says, we just cooked. Everything they did to us worked. Sad. But what you gonna do? This was the outcome of Nixon, Steinem, Hoover, Atwater, Reagan, etc. You could add a lot more to that list, okay? It's not just the Republicans, it's the Democrats too. Let me take a step back. Yes, there were psyops put against us. There were psyops put against everybody. I believe everybody's been manipulated, whether it's us, whether it's the immigrants that come here, whether it's the white folks that are foundational to here, just like us foundational Black Americans. I feel like there have been psyops put against all of us, and we've all taken the bait so many times. Like I've said before, at a certain point, you need to start taking accountability, because guess what? They could put that out there. You don't have to fall for it. We don't have to fall for it. We could push back. We could think for ourselves. We can understand where the seeds were planted, but we also have to understand that we watered those seeds. Okay, we watered those seeds of dysfunction. So we can't put everything on the psyop. We have to take accountability for buying into it. If we didn't buy into it, they could psyop all day long and they would have to actually actively, physically come in and harm us to get the outcome that they want. But they didn't have to do that. Why? Because we bought into the psyop and we adopted it, and now the dysfunction is compounding upon itself. Fatherless women grooming weird ass kids. Speak on it. Now, there is a possibility that she did have her father in her life. You know, dysfunction can happen anywhere. What was it? Jeffrey Dahmer, he had both his parents. Everyone under here, I haven't seen any comments defending it, so that's a good sign. I didn't see any comments right at the top defending this foolishness. We need to understand that these type of heifers, they need to start getting cases put on them. Fathers, if you have video evidence of these broads doing this to your sons, I'm gonna need you to take that evidence to the courthouse and present it to the judge and tell them, I want full custody of my son, make this broad pay child support and get supervised visits. If this is your son and you're not here trying to get him, then you're part of the problem too. You're allowing your child to be in this situation. And look, I understand sometimes the court is not in your favor, but at least you're trying. If you're not trying, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any, well, she's keeping my kid from me. If you're not trying, if you're not down there at the courthouse trying to get your kid, I don't want to hear none of this. She's keeping my kid. You're keeping your kid from you because you're not even trying. At least try. Any man that has a son or a daughter, okay, because these broads, they ruin their daughters too. Any father that has their child in a situation with a heifer like this, I'm gonna need you to take the evidence, take it to the courthouse, file that paperwork to get 100% custody of your children, because that is your legacy. Do not let this heifer ruin your legacy.